Kristen Lappas, good morning.
Hi there. How are you?
Really fantastic and excited to talk to you because today is a big day here in Chiefs Kingdom. The 6-episode docuseries premieres ESPN Plus and Disney, where it'll stream. It's also going to be on ESPN tonight, 8 o'clock Central. We're talking about The Kingdom, and you are the Emmy-winning sports filmmaker behind the project. So we've got lots to get into. You ready?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So first of all, I want to thank you specifically for some of the work you've done in the past, including the 30 for 30 special you did called Be Water. Be Water, my friend, one of my favorite books written by Bruce Lee's daughter, and had a profound impact on me. And the special you did was equally as fantastic. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so happy that you brought that film up. It's one of my favorites that I've ever been a part of. So appreciate that resonated with you.
Yeah, absolutely. What gave life to your passion for sports filmmaking?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up a coach's kid. My dad was a college basketball coach. He was on the staff when Villanova won the 1985 national championship, and he was a head coach for many years at Villanova. And he tells this really funny story about how when I was a kid, I was so curious, and I loved telling stories, and I would actually interview his players
Oh my God.
about their favorite food, their families. So he's like, you've been doing this since you were like 5 years old. But you know, I grew up around sports, in locker rooms, kind of behind the scenes. And so I think that perspective allows, you know, coaches and players that I work with to kind of trust me in a way that maybe they might not with somebody that didn't grow up the way I did.
So you were a shy kid. That's what you're saying.
Have you ever seen the movie Remember the Titans?
Uh-huh.
I was that little girl in that movie. That's
fantastic. All right. The Kingdom debuts tonight, 8 o'clock, ESPN's. And what makes it different than what, you know, the average sports fan might see, you know, in locker room videos or Sports Center or the NFL Network? What makes this project about the Chiefs dynasty different than those things?
I think that the magic and the heart and soul of this series is the off-the-field narrative. As you mentioned, like, you know, we have Hard Knocks. We have, you know, viral videos of teams in locker rooms. But I hope what people take away from The Kingdom is a deeper, more nuanced story where their, you know, household names and people's favorite athletes are you know, shown in a different light and a little bit more revealing about their personal journeys and how they got to this point. And that's always what we strive to do is, like, we try to show a different side of Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reid and Chris Jones and Travis Kelce. You know, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trust building. You know, we were embedded with the team for almost 8 months. And I think that towards the end, we were able to really break down a lot of walls and, you know, be in the locker room, for example, after the Super Bowl loss. You know, I don't think I've seen, you know, cameras in that situation before. So again, like, there's a lot of sports content out there. I think we tell kind of those deeper, more layered stories, which I hope people take away from this.
Right. And speaking of tearing down those walls, I mean, if we've seen the trailer, and we have, they played it a lot this past weekend, you literally made Coach Reid cry. Do you think, like, a moment like that where he's that open and honest and that trust is built, do you think a moment like that solidifies your belief that what you're working on as far as a project is going to turn into something really special?
I think anytime somebody is vulnerable and emotional on camera, I know sitting and conducting that interview, like, I was emotional listening to it. You get to know these people. And, yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said I left that interview not feeling like that moment was going to have power in the film.
Right.
You absolutely do.
Right.
You know, Coach Reid was actually a little bit apprehensive about, you know, showing that emotion. But I'm happy that he did, because I do think it allows fans to see him in a different way and understand the struggle, the pain, the hard road that it's taken him to get to this point.
Yeah.
And it makes me appreciate and respect him even more than I did going into this project.
Yeah, and I think that's what, just one of the many reasons what is going to make this 6-part docuseries really special is you were able to get that reaction from Coach Reid. Without giving any spoilers, Kristen, what was one of your favorite moments of this 6-part docuseries, The Kingdom?
Oh, so many moments, but one of my favorite days of filming was we were able to take Andy Reid, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes down into what I'm sure Kansas City people know, but others do not, the underground subtropolis. And it's basically these caves that are underneath Kansas City, and it's where the Chiefs house their archives and artifacts of the team's history. And no player or coach had ever been brought down there, and we thought it would be really cool to take them down there, not really tell them what we were doing, and capture their organic reaction to taking in these amazing artifacts. There's this historian, Bob Moore, who's been curating this collection for 50 years. And I feel like you get to see like a very unscripted and real side of the guys. They seem like little kids. Like they're genuinely interested in learning about the team's history. And I just think it's a special moment that is kind of a different way of looking at those superstars.
Yeah, what an amazing thing. And it sounds a lot like here close to Wichita, they have Stratica salt mines up in Hutchinson, and they keep movie memorabilia down there for the underground for the very probably exact same reason. Low humidity, it's perfect storage temperatures, so on and so forth. So what a great way to archive Chiefs history in that way. You mentioned Travis Kelce.
Exactly.
Have you seen Travis Kelce's GQ photo shoot that just came out?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay. Can we address the elephant in the room? And that one picture where he's standing in the water and he's got that yellow safety vest on, scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, you know what, fine, it's Travis Kelce, or 10, Travis, you should have thought before getting that picture taken. Where are you on that picture?
I love how he just doesn't care what anyone else thinks of himself.
Okay.
I think it's amazing. And by the way, I think he's getting a totally raw deal about this photo shoot because he was down in Florida for the past 3 months, training every single day, trying to get back to the level that he thinks is what he could be in the NFL.
Right.
And he does one photo shoot down there, and people are saying he's distracted, and he's this, and he's that, and I just don't buy it. I've seen him up and close for 9 months, and I see how hard the guy works and how much he still cares about football and his teammates. And I think it's great. You do you, Travis.
I hate the fact that one picture is taken away from the fact that the other picture is him holding an alligator. I mean, how are we not talking about that?
I think that people should be talking about like GQ's artistic choices.
Yes.
The whole thing was a little bit off, but it's.
And can we all agree? And can we all agree that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are just madly in love?
She was not a focal point of the documentary, but in episode 3, we have a little bit of fun with, her attending her first game at Arrowhead and the impact she's had on the Chiefs fandom and the fandom of NFL. It's amazing to see, to be at a game filming and see all of these little girls that are now coming to Chiefs games are super into it. So it was fun to experience her impact on the Chiefs kingdom. And I do think that they are a wonderful couple.
Yep, I agree. All right. Finally, Kristen, what untold sports story would be a bucket list project for you?
I don't know if it's untold, but it definitely has not been done in terms of like an extensive multi-part documentary. But Kobe Bryant, he played high school basketball 10 minutes from where I grew up. And I think when, Vanessa's ready to share her husband's story and his legacy, I think, it's a dream project for a sports filmmaker and kind of that white whale that,
Sure.
It would be an honor to tell.
Well, I hope she chooses you to do it when the time comes. Emmy-winning sports filmmaker Kristen Lappas. The docuseries is 6 parts. It's called The Kingdom. It airs tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Then you can get it on ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and stream it from there the next day. It's going to be a fascinating look at the last 6 decades of Chiefs history, and any Chiefs fan is going to want to watch this over and over and over again. I appreciate your time.
No, thanks for having me.